Time for the finals here at the San Antonio Regional for the non-pro bracket. It is Johnny Smith taking on John Cortez, a rematch of the seat that we saw earlier. This is what it comes down to. Who will complete the run? Will it be the man who was undeniable in the seat or the man who clawed his way through that third place match? I'm Nick DiChiria, joined by Stuart on the call.
Yeah, we should be in for a goodie here. Being that they started so quickly, I believe that Johnny's been doing the work that he needed to kind of get back to the form that we saw in that hill match. John played pretty good in that third place battle. So we'll see what happens here. Do we see a second set? That's the ultimate question.
Johnny Smith was so dominant earlier that it's going to lead me hard to believe that he's not going to be able to get this done in this first set. But John Cortez showed real grit right there, facing TJ, mounting a comeback in that cricket leg. And that's the type of play you need to have. Yes, the high gear is important, but facing grit, using grit during this adversity that you might face is also a big key factor.
Somewhat of a forgettable turn for him.
He's probably thinking to himself, man, I just want to play like how I did in that seat. Let me tell you, it is tough to be able to channel back that form when you are just visualizing what you just did earlier an hour or two ago.
It's also
trying to do that again.
It's been a little bit of time, so it's tough to kind of get that back.
I love that there's nothing else except this match going on. I walked out there was nobody out there, and some people are sneaking back in just to support these gentlemen right here, playing the last match of the day.
Yeah, James Green does a little streaming himself, so good to see him hanging out.
Ow, why'd you hit me?
Okay. As you swat the gnat that's been bothering us for now 4 hours.
At least it wasn't the Nick that's been bothering you for 4 hours.
That's just been 7 days now.
That's also true. John, Smart Dart does leave the 180. It's an eligible out in this format.
Definitely a hesitant start for both these gentlemen.
I'd have to agree with that, and I think John has to swing for a 180. I know that the high-octane power hasn't really started off in this yet. Both these guys kind of hovering around 1 to 2 bowls around.
You get a look. You got to take a look.
Especially when your opponent's on a 1-2-6.
Oh, yeah, that's difficult. And it's a somewhat easier 1-2-6 too. You can go bull, double 13, or you can go that traditional like steel tip. 4 marks on the 19 leads you to a bull. 6 mark on the 19 leads you to a single 12 or double 6. He's gonna go bull. Oh, what are you doing?
If you're gonna switch that, I guess he's maybe thinking 16. Because the single would have still left a trip 20?
No.
I mean...
No, you stay there. That was dead center to the bull. You follow that up with another one.
No, I agree. I'm just trying to figure it out, and it's going to be not punished. John leaves a bogey and then busts.
That is unfortunate. I mean, crazy circumstances here. I mean, what do you guys think in the chat? I think you just stay there.
Stay on the bull, right?
Yeah, I think with the placement of that dart, you just follow it in, go double 13.
Oh, you got to hit 2 big single numbers. You can't do that. You got to be careful on that dart. And 15's a rough spot because you can't shoot single 15 in that scenario because if you hit a 10, you're on 25, no way to take it. Opportunity back to John Cortez. Another attempt at the bull, this time in his favor.
Yeah, man, just get the leg for 1-0. Just a little bit rocky start for our final.
Well, one of my favorite parts about the non-pro bracket, or the future pro bracket in the case of this match, as these guys are both on the pro list now, is that you get to really analyze different strategies and different approaches to the game that maybe need to get refined at times, or maybe get those players the opportunity to be on camera and be in a position where their game can get analyzed in that sense. Because I don't know how many times I've commentated someone in a non-pro bracket now since working with BullShooter where they've come up to me and said, oh, I didn't even think about it like that.
Well, good start for Johnny. It was 7. He is the current king seat, so he doesn't want to see this go 2-0 against him, as that would force a second set here. He's going to want to do it. He wants to rattle off 2 in a row.
That was a very interesting turn because it was a miss by 2 that didn't convert on the 19th, so it really hurt John. They're both John. Good trip 19 on the last there for Cortez. Smith, 2 19s is the goal of this turn, and that's how you need to think about it. What's my goal this turn? My goal is 2 19s because then I'm 2 numbers and points ahead.
Kill shot those 19s. Yep. Good idea. I mean, you get two singles there to close. You do it in one. Perfect. That'll work.
Now, I will say this. I'm not a headphones advocate for dart players. But if you're playing the cha-cha slide at 1:30 in the morning, go to jail. There's no cha-cha slide at 1:30 in the morning.
What's wrong with the cha-cha slide?
That's a 9 p.m. activity, not a 1:30 activity.
That's a keep the music pumping. That's fine.
I like cha-cha slide. Doesn't need to be the 1:30 song.
It's better than nothing.
Great shot there from Johnny Smith.
Give me the cha-cha slide over nothing. Put it in the chat. What do you think?
Oh, I agree over
no
nothing.
No cha-cha or nothing. Nope.
I agree over nothing.
You said it was criminal. Nope.
It is criminal. Because there is thousands and thousands of great options on that TouchTunes jukebox.
Yes. But over nothing?
You could be playing Bohemian Rhapsody covered by the Muppets right now.
That is
criminal.
That is downright
nefarious.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Well, Johnny is putting on a nice display here. 5-7-5 against the 3-5-0. Trying to get one on the board to force a last leg decider here in set number 1.
And Cortez has not really shown, other than that White Horse Open, a strong cricket leg for us yet. That's been the big difference maker. Johnny Smith's been very comfortable in cricket, but that doesn't help when the last leg's 0-1. I do think that there is going to be momentum for Johnny going along, and Cortez just needs to hope for Johnny to be feeling that last leg pressure to try to cross the line. Daniel Brooks in chat saying not this late at night. Exactly. I'm not saying get rid of the cha-cha slide. Good hat trick there from Cortez, just in case. Johnny Smith, 3 bulls to make this 1-1. One more needed. Finds a double under a tough dart. Finds 2 doubles under the tough dart. Here we go. Last leg decider. Will John Cortez send us to another set? Or will Johnny Smith take the title? Important diddle. Cortez did find the barely inside and will get the start.
Very important diddle there.
That was not Johnny's best attempt. It definitely slipped a little bit, or was maybe a little bit too much pressure to try to be perfect on it. What do you got, chat? Let us know. Last leg decider right now here in San Antonio, Texas. Be the first non-pro champion held in San Antonio. Cortez starts with a 3 in the black to get things going. Woo-hoo, taking advantage of that diddle.
That's a big start for the man. Trying to force a second set. And Johnny give it right back with a... Oh, he cannot. He was trying to say, well, mine isn't 3 in the black, but it still counts as the same amount of points. And wasn't the case.
Low rider at 1:33 in the morning is fine, for the record.
Yeah, low riders any day of the week.
Yeah.
I'll wake up to low rider.
That's because what Nick and Knight was still playing and George Lopez came on.
Dang right. Dang right, son.
Oh, King Cal, Johnny Smith, facing some serious woes in this leg. Needs to find 2 bulls to course correct. Unfortunately, that's a big deflection.
Yeah, and he takes just a second here, knowing he's in a spot, a tough spot.
John Cortez knows that he just needs to stay true. Just needs to make sure to not give an in for Johnny Smith.
He did what he needed to do. He put himself in a good checkout position.
And 2 hat tricks and a last leg decider to send it to another set. I mean, that's clutch.
Yep. 180 leaves 167. And he's not even thinking about it.
Well,
the reason why is because
177 is the finish.
Exactly. So he went ahead and opted for that.
Bull for 57.
That's actually off. It was 147, not 167. So
it is getting late.
the math wasn't mathing.
You also do a lot more of the double out and split more than you do fat bull and open.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold that one to you. I can hold a lot of things against Will Stewart. That's not one of them. 42, 6 darts for it. John looking likely. Just needs to be careful, play smart.
Can drop right down to the 11. Yep. There you go. 2-1. We're going to a second set.
So here we go. Wasting no time. They're going to go ahead and get right into the mix. They're just having a quick little chat about it, seeing who wants to show first. You can see Johnny Smith's going to be the man to show first. One more best of 3 to finish off our coverage for our first Friday in San Antonio ever. I think Cortez got that. His reaction says otherwise. There we go. On to another set. We got Kevin Luke in the chat. He was one of the people who hit a 9-darter last tour at the end of the 38th at the Invitational Shootout against Alex Spellman. Saw Ram Guevara hit one tonight against Jason Watt. And finally enough, Jason Watt, Alex Spellman don't look that different.
Not at all. Not different at all.
Not really. I mean, this is very similar builds. Like if I was in a character creator and I couldn't build it any different. Those are basically the same build.
That's too funny.
Have you ever seen the face merge of them two?
Mm-mm.
It's scary because you can't really tell. You can see a little bit of both. They're very similar. Kevin Luke saying, me and the Milkman watching in Virginia Beach. Well, hey, I hope you guys have been having fun out there because I know we've been having all the fun over here. And, man, I'm looking forward to it. One more good match. We got Dennis in chat asking for predictions. I'm still going to lean towards Johnny Smith. I think he wanted that seat or that final too bad in that first set, and I think he's going to snap out of it for the second. If I had to put a guess. But that's just because out of these two guys, we've seen the most out of Johnny Smith, and John Cortez has shown the most resilience out of the two. And it's really hard to pick an edge either way.
Yeah, somewhat of a dull start for John. Opens the door for ton plus from Johnny. It's difficult first. Difficult first with the position it's in. Does find at least another bull, though. So, yeah, ton plus there for Smith is nice.
Yeah, especially going second, losing the diddle. Needs to get some ground. And here's the thing. Johnny's thinking, I just got to win this first 0-1 because, I mean, look at his cricket right now. His cricket's been incredible.
Yep.
King Cow. Down 77 at 3 less darts. Going to try to make up that difference and then some. It needs at least one bull in the turn to keep things chalk.
And Johnny can't convert on another bull. Only the single one. And John's going to keep it interesting.
And that turn, you expected more to come out of that than what ended up happening. Only an 80-point separation. Doesn't run away with the opportunity. This is definitely end of the night, but also just finals nerves kind of showing for both these guys right now.
Interesting. 170 gives him the 171. And he didn't even opt to take a look.
It's going to cost him.
Well, it's going to cost him the first look, no matter what. And going second in that position, you kind of have to do that. You need to at least give yourself the opportunity, right?
Well, I know Cortez has been struggling, so I think I might have opted for a similar decision. But you're absolutely right, Will, and that gamble didn't pay off. And it's especially not going to pay off if you can't set up particularly strong from going at the bull first.
Mm-hmm.
John will get a look at 111 now for a match point advantage in this final.
And the thing is, you kind of mentioned it. John has the better look here, and if he doesn't hit, Johnny has to collect perfect to take it out. So it'll be bull 15 bull. At least you would imagine bull 15 bull.
That should be the route that you would take here. Bull 15 bull. I was very confused by the trip 16 look at 96 from John Cortez. Inconsequential if this goes. Johnny Smith for a match point advantage. Doesn't go, and he says, come on, stop it. Not happy with that one.
Not a bad option on 96 to go 48-48.
I just think that I would want the double coverage more, and I think I shoot a lot more 20s in practice than I do 16s. But it doesn't matter. John gets his first true lead of this match, as he's now one leg away from that win.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. And in the back of his mind, he's like, okay, somehow or another, I just need one leg, and I wrap this up.
We have two of our ESPN athletes now in the chat, Kevin Luke and Elliot Milk, who are bunking together. We saw them make the top 4 of the invitational shootouts on the main stage where they put on some performance there. We got to see them on the big screen. Looking forward to seeing them back at the invitational shootouts. Top 4 automatically gets reinvited.
Nice. Nice advantage of being in the top 4. All of a sudden, the music went stale.
I think they ran out of songs queued up. Quiet moment in that hall. Alex Spellman did not make that top 4. That's why he went to Florida to start off the tour. And that's why he ended up going ahead and getting that win out there in Florida, because he said, I don't want to have to worry about qualification. I didn't have to after the first year.
Exactly. That's a nice feeling. Johnny has this advantage here, being that he has those 20s. Okay, it's coming back on now.
Someone was bound to play another song in the jukebox. They weren't going to keep it quiet.
I was so scared for a second there. I was like, these guys are going to hear us.
Well, I mean, only Johnny Smith. Cortez has headphones in.
Yeah, exactly. Still, I ain't getting blamed for no loss.
Well, I would blame my caddy for not putting more music in and refilling my drink.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, once again, Smith attacking these 20s, and rightfully so. He's got that upper hand. Oh, but he took the attack move on the 18s. So a 4 mark here on the 17s from John. And you sense that's a difficult dart to work around. Anything on that top side is difficult. You want to be on the bottom side of the treble if you're going to miss.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough situation to find yourself in, but not punish because John doesn't get those 17s close. King Cal should start these 17s because he has the one mark on him. Now I want to see some points on this last start. Push off a little bit. And he does stay. Good 3. Pushes John Cortez over to the 16s or 15s.
Oh, what a kill shot. Look at him. Oh, I thought he was going to turn the tide. Look at James back there just going, can't believe it.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you can see him kind of slumping back. Unbelievable miss in the last start that's going to get unbelievably punished. Even just by one triple alone feels like a massive punish. And finds a 6 mark instead. Good correction, Johnny Smith.
They cannot believe it back there. The power of a single number, folks. Kill it.
And again, put himself in the same mathematical difference. So
Look
takes
at him.
that shot, but this time doesn't collect again. That's 2 missed starts for the big single. King Cal going to do the same thing he did last time.
That's going to hurt
Trip
him.
the 17.
Yep, that's going to hurt him. You can't miss you can't miss 2 single fat wedges and get away with it.
But King Cal should have not moved off until he hit at least one more single on the 17th.
I
Put
agree.
himself out of mathematical range.
I agree. And look at this. He finally takes it out. You should not be able to get away with that, Nick.
And he gets away with it, and he not only gets away with it, he gets away with it this time, which gave him the point lead. The other 2 times he would have been behind. Somehow he planned this. But here's the swing. One time on the one time. John doesn't even look it. Or Johnny Smith doesn't even look it. Needed 2 16s on that last start. Why do you not swing with a 5-point lead? You have to there.
Especially in the circumstances where you're fighting, you need the one leg. I don't disagree with you. And John is going to make him pay.
Oh my gosh, John Cortez to complete the comeback is 2 pulls away. Johnny Smith let it slip.
How about this?
Unfortunate heartbreak for Johnny. John Cortez, despite the 2-0 fast record time sweep in that king seat match, fought all the way back here. This is his to win, his to lose. 1 bull to do it. Gets it done.